You show up for everyone, absorbing their panic, fixing their chaos, carrying their weight. Yet when it is your turn to break, nobody notices. That is not kindness. That is a psychological trap, and Yuji Itadori is the most accurate map of it ever drawn. You tell yourself you do this because you care. You wear your exhaustion like it is just who you are. But there is a clinical name for what is actually driving this, and it is not empathy. So why, knowing it is breaking you, can you not stop? Long before Yuji Itadori ever swallowed a cursed artifact, his psychology was already structurally compromised. Think back to the very beginning of his story. His grandfather lies on a deathbed, looks at a 15-year-old boy, and hands him a final command. He tells Yuji that because he is strong, he must help people so that he will die surrounded by others. In anime culture, this is treated as a heroic origin story. In reality, it is a psychological curse. It is an unearned emotional debt forced onto a child before he has even developed a sense of self. Yuji is told that his life only has value if it is spent in service of others. When a child internalizes the belief that their worth is conditional on their utility, they develop a state known as compulsive empathy. You do not help people because you have an excess of love to give. You help them because you are terrified that if you stop being useful, you will become entirely invisible. You learned very early in life that you were rewarded for erasing your own boundaries and punished for having actual needs. Now you cannot differentiate between being loved and being used. This psychological conditioning becomes dangerous when life inevitably pushes you to your breaking point. Look at what happens to Yuji during the Shibuya incident. He is forced to watch his mentor, Nanami, get obliterated. Moments later, his classmate Nobara is mutilated right in front of his eyes. A normal human psyche requires time to scream, to grieve, and to fall apart. But the world around Yuji does not give him a single second to breathe. The emergency requires him to keep fighting. To survive this level of emotional overload, Yuji undergoes a clinical process called depersonalization. He separates his feelings from his body. He looks at his enemy and says a line that sounds cool but is actually deeply tragic. "I do not need meaning or a reason anymore. I am just a cog." This is the exact moment he strips away his own humanity to stay functional as a savior. If he views himself as a person, the pain will kill him. But if he views himself as a disposable tool, he cannot be hurt. You do this every single time you encounter overwhelming life stress. You stop telling people you are struggling. You start telling them you are fine, and that they should not worry about you because hiding your own breaking point is the only way you know how to keep functioning. But there is a darker loop that keeps you trapped in this behavior. Once you convince yourself that you are a tool for others, you begin to actively seek out situations that destroy you. You return to the exact friends, family members, or environments that drain your energy. Clinically, this is driven by a martyr complex. Deep down, your subconscious mind finds a warped sense of comfort in suffering. You tell yourself that the amount of pain you can endure for someone else is the ultimate proof of your love for them. You believe that if you suffer enough, they will finally see you, appreciate you, and validate your existence. It is a lie. A healthy ecosystem requires aftercare, not endless compliance. When you act as an unconditional savior, you do not teach people to love you. You teach them to depend on your suffering. You keep going back to the specific person or environment that takes the most from you and gives the absolute least in return, because you are addicted to the hope that your destruction will eventually be rewarded. Breaking this cycle requires a brutal reframe of what strength actually means. You've been told your entire life that enduring abuse, carrying silent burdens, and never complaining makes you strong. That is a lie manufactured by the people who benefit from your compliance. True strength is not about how much trauma you can absorb before you shatter. It is the terrifying willingness to put the weight down and choose your own survival over their convenience. It means accepting that if you set a boundary, people might walk away from you. It means tolerating the intense guilt of saying no, because you realize that protecting your peace is more important than managing their chaos. It will make you look like the bad guy to forget the sorcerers for a second. Are you actually okay? Or are you just performing okay because you are a tired kid who was forced to grow up too fast and is still waiting for someone to finally check on you? You have spent years playing the savior for everyone else, while your own internal world is completely hollowed out. Tell me honestly in the comments, without dressing it up, which one are you right now?